Hey guys, it's Ava. I'm actually not in this episode, but I am editing, so here's a quick editor's note. Not going to mention anyone's name here, but one person's audio was unable to be retrieved, so we had to resort to using the live stream audio. So I just apologize in advance for the poorer quality than usual. Anyway, yeah, enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to the 23rd episode of the Dlsone podcast. I'm Adam, or the Rubik's Cubed.
I'm Daniel Goodman, or DG Cubes.
I'm Daniel Karnak, or Derpy Cuber.
I'm Allison Lee, or the Programming Cuber.
And that's all the hosts for today. Ava was not able to make it, unfortunately.
Painting a room again.
Yeah, painting a room.
Second time this Thursday.
But yeah, so we don't have a guest today. It's just the four of us. We're doing another host episode where we just, kind of chill, take a break, that sort of stuff. So we got some fun stuff today. We're going to start off with our normal Q&A. That rhymed. Let's go, boys!
Oh, now you're a poet and you don't even know it.
Well, I'm pretty sure I knew it after I rhymed, though.
I'm a poet, and I had no idea.
Not anymore. That didn't rhyme.
I'm a poet, and I didn't recognize that was the current situation that I got myself into.
We're back to the freaking Flash
God.
sentence all over again.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
We're like a minute in, and we already have a good title. Our title should be like a poet, and we didn't even recognize it.
Oh,
all right, so who wants to take the
let's
first?
dive into the Q&A.
Yeah, let's
Ooh, I want to take it.
dive right in.
Yeah, so the first question is from Chocolate Chip Cuber, and I chose this question because I want to defend myself a little bit. So he says, question for DG. If you are so peeved by people saying the same joke over and over again, then why must you impregnate this podcast with the dead memes of nice rubric? Unless you have sociopathic tendencies for yourself in which you don't practice what you preach, then why are you such a hypocrite? I would like to defend myself by saying I am a hypocrite. Let's continue. So, question for everyone else. What aspect of the cubing competition is your favorite? EI, the people, the solves, or the energy?
EI! That is
E-I-E-I-O.
EI doesn't exist.
We forgive you, commenter.
Oh,
who commented that? One more solve?
No, Chocolate Chip Cuber.
Oh, Chocolate Chip Cuber? We forgive you, Chocolate Chip Cuber. It's okay.
Saying the energy basically encompasses all of those things. Like, the people and the solves are part of what creates the energy. So, I mean, him saying the energy, I guess I would say the energy, because that's, like, encompassing all the fun things.
The marimbas are also pretty nice.
Yes. And the bells are good, too.
My favorite part is the 2x2 single.
The event.
2x2 best of one. 2x2 best of one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
I actually like 2x2 Mina 4. Can I compete in that?
I would say specifically the people in regard to like getting to talk to people who I don't interact with all that often. Like I know people from Michigan and from California that I see in at nationals that I love to talk to and like interact with.
All the way over from Delaware.
Yeah, no, for real, and like Maryland and like all these states, and like there's no other situation in which you would be communicating with these people in real life. So I don't know, I like that.
I know, it's so exotic. These Marylanders.
Personally, I really enjoy lunch.
Yo, I just go to the Cube Cups for the lunch, man.
You know what's the best part? I bring my own lunch. So I don't even need to go to a cube competition to feel like I'm there.
Sometimes if Cube Comps have like free lunch, I'll just go for the free lunch. And it's like somebody else points out, but wait, you're spending $25 for a free slice of pizza? It's like, yeah.
No, it's like, did you see the schedule for that competition? Yeah, they have an hour lunch. Like, I'm totally going to that one.
I would use that as an advertising campaign slogan. Like, a sandwich so good, you're going to think you're at a cube comp.
Oh, man.
Yo, they got 3 rounds of lunch.
Mom, I think I made it into semifinals of lunch.
I made lunch finals.
What if that cubing competition is just halfway through, they had a food eating competition?
Yes, yes. For everyone, I'm learning winter variation and I keep confusing different cases with each other, even though I can perform the algorithms fine. Do you have any tips for not confusing certain cases with others while learning new alg sets?
Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. It's just you start a cult, you gather in a circle, and then just repeat the algorithms over and over again
But he says he's
until you do
got
it.
the algorithm. He just needs to
He's
know
got
the.
recognition problems, not execution problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, then just just repeat
That was an appropriate placement of the word execution.
just repeat the recognition over and over again. Like you could do that in words.
No,
Well,
just have a
opposite,
cult and then
opposite,
stand over
opposite.
satanic fire. No, have a cult and then have satanic fire, and then also have a PowerPoint slide with all the cases.
What I personally did, like there's some COLL cases where it's like two of the pi cases. They're quite similar, where two of the colors on top are the same and two are opposites.
Yeah.
And it's kind of easy to get them confused, right? But what I do is both algs I use, the first move brings the two opposite colors together. Like it moves because like they're on opposite sides of the cube, so you might like do an R to bring them so they're both like on the back or something. And like I mean that's not actually why the alg works or anything, but like I just think for both of those cases, okay, start with the move that brings the opposite colors together, and then you just do the rest.
Here's the thing, that could help, but winner variation is completely OLL based. So like,
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying like that specifically, but like
Right.
things like that. Just find things that are like,
Yeah.
oh, these colors
Yeah.
go here, that kind of stuff.
Do you think
I mean, I don't know winner variation, but I am very familiar with all the various orientations of the corners. And like I can tell when something's going to be no corners oriented, one corner or not one corner. Yeah, one corner. What am I saying? Two corners oriented. And like I can kind of tell, sort of to an extent, what my cross OL is going to be if I'm getting a cross OL. And like you can separate each set of cases into no corner solved, one corner solved, 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah.
3 corners solved.
3 quarters. I was about to say.
Well, yeah,
3 quarters solved. You know you're a pro, right?
No, 3 corners solved when the pair isn't inserted. There's only
Oh,
a case
okay.
like that. Yeah.
No, 3 corners oriented after you've inserted it. That's when you know you're a pro.
That's when you know you're OG.
I think I know the answer to this, but like, do you guys think there are Quizlets about like cubing stuff?
Ooh.
I
would
mean,
love to
I don't
make
see
one.
why not.
Yeah, like honestly, somebody search it up right now. I don't have like my computer to do
I mean,
it.
aren't there like
probably.
alg traders and
computer's
stuff
too
though?
slow.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
those
their alg traders are
GPL
basically
traders.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Reese Walter. For all. Number 1, why do you think that the WCA isn't releasing new events when it could rejoice the community and make it better? We see people speed solving things like Kibby Minx and 2x2x3, and yet the WCA will not make them events. People say that it may just be that people get bored of it, but that wouldn't be a problem if they were actual events. I know that there have been unofficial events like this that have gone over well, so why is the WCA holding back? I'll read the second question once we finish answering this one.
Yeah, so I would like to start off by saying that it's very easy to say that Kibby Minx should be an event, and it's very hard to execute it and make it an event. It involves a lot of people doing a lot of things and a lot of regulations being written, a lot of things changing in competitions. And the bottom line is it's hard to implement. It takes time, effort, and money in order to create regulations and then put it in competitions. And also, like, the event list is already a lot. I mean, if you have competitions that are not including over half of the events that are currently in the WCA, that should tell you something about the amount that there are. Do I think there should be more? Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of the people that think there should be more. But I recognize that it's a difficult thing to do. And it brings up problems, especially for competitions like nationals and worlds, where the goal is like, oh, we want to have every event, right? But at the same time, if you keep adding events, you got to keep adding days. If you keep adding days, you got to add on hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's like not nothing. So there's a lot of things to think about.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's just a lot easier said than done. Oh, I didn't have that much to say. You can keep going.
Okay. I say if we had like infinite amount of money, I would really enjoy.
That would be nice.
In an ideal world where we have enough money to fund any realistic competition with any amount of events that we can dream of, I guess. And like I like to think that what the future competition will approach, I can't say near or distant future, but in the future, um, will be more like, in terms of number of events, like more like the Olympics. Because like Olympics has like what, hundreds of events?
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
hundreds,
And
hundreds.
like yes, there's like people aren't known for getting like medals in events that are completely unrelated. Like you won't see a skier get a medal at, swimming. But like I still feel like that like the event number would be really a lot cooler if it were more like the Olympics. Even though that sounds like a little like, I don't know, extra, or like that'll never happen. I feel like it will, even if people don't want it to. I hope so.
And that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea, though. For like, it's kind of like what Sean, right, said about there being like tiers to the events or something to make it more organized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always like that idea because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest problem about adding new events, besides, well, okay, regulations and then the whole, like, nationals, worlds, like, conundrum sort of thing, right? Because right now it's at the point where you can have every event at a big competition, but it will still take 3 or 4 days, right?
Yeah.
But you can do it, and we're at like a perfect point events wise for that. But I mean, either way, in the future we're going to get more people, and competitions are going to get bigger, even if there aren't more events, right? So I think saying that nationals and worlds will have to be longer, that's kind of just avoiding it because that's going to be a problem anyway. But like, I think tiers of events are a good thing because people who practice things like mirror blocks, like Kibby Minx, Ready Cube, whatever, right, 2x2x3, like
Uh,
I think those people would like, and I am one of those people. I would like to have my results officially recognized, even if it's not, even if I can't be like national champion or world champion, world record in something. That would be really cool.
Yeah. I would like
Yeah,
to.
I feel like. Oh, sorry. There you go.
All right, yeah, I'll go quickly. I just wanted to say that, excuse me. I agree with what Derpy had to say about the Olympics. Like, I like that thought, and I just looked it up real quick. The first Olympics had 7 events, and
Ooh.
Oh wow.
so cubing is
What were
young.
they?
I'll
Wait,
read it off.
wait,
That was
wait,
just a
wait. Do you mean
Google.
like the first official Olympics in 1800s, or like the first Olympics in
No,
ancient
like the
Greece?
first
first
Olympics.
Olympics. Let's do
That's not the
chariot
point.
racing, guys.
That's not the point. It's metaphorical. The metaphor is like
Okay.
cubing is young. The first competition you could possibly
Yeah.
argue is what, 1982, right? But really, the competitive current modern cubing started in like, what was it, 03?
2003.
Yeah, there you go.
03.
2003. It's
I
young.
think the first Worlds had 4 timer stations,
Yeah.
and it was a disaster.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
four- 14
the
years
first
old.
WCA Worlds.
Yeah, it's 14 years old.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, it's a business. The WCA's got to make money in order to expand. So
Yeah.
it needs time. That's all. Yeah. So I was just trying to compare it with the Olympics thing because, I mean, the Olympics have been around for much longer than cubing, and I think cubing will get there. It will get
yeah.
to hundreds of events.
Of course.
And I feel like certain people like what Daniel was saying, what DG was saying, deserve recognition for certain things. I don't think we should only be limited to the current events we have. We should give opportunities to other people. Anyway, go ahead, Derpy.
I was gonna say expanding on what I said. Like I was just thinking obviously Olympics doesn't have this to my knowledge. They just have every 2 years just this huge event with every single thing. Summer, winter, obviously. So but I was thinking what if cubing evolves into such a what's the word? Like kind of districts of competitions. That doesn't make sense yet. But what if every 2 or 3 times a year there's a cuboid competition, and then there's a normal cube competition. Then there's a minx competition. Then there's whatchamacallit, Mega Minx shapes competition. I know that falls into minx, but square something, square 1, 2. Oh, we're having a competition that's square 1, square 2, and all the minxes. That's kind of cool. Wouldn't that be cool?
Mm.
It would be really cool.
There are a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then we're having a corner twisting cube competition. All the corner twisting events, all of them. Like Dino Cube, Ready Cube, whatever the heck you whatever. And then we're having a 3x3 shape mods competition. You want to come? Sure. I know how to solve one of them.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that
it's
would be
also
really cool.
it's also
Although,
worth mentioning
let's
that
hear-
OU is running competitions now for Ready Cube,
Yeah,
which is
Yeah.
a very interesting thing, I think.
yeah. The only thing is, if they did start having hundreds of events, some of ranks would honestly just be a problem of getting to do every event. Like, it's not even how good you are. If you do everything,
That's
you're like,
true.
you would be first in the world.
Yeah.
I would disagree. I mean, it would depend on the availability of the competitions, but
True,
And
true.
where you are.
if you were serious and like we're
Yeah.
talking about a world where hundreds of cubing events won't exist if you can't make money from it. So we're talking about
That's true.
a world where we're going to have competitive cubers who can go to everywhere in the nation to compete. So I don't think Sum of Ranks in this situation would become less competitive. If anything, more competitive.
True.
And there's more opportunity for people to pass other people. I mean, if
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like X amount of events, you can keep getting better in other events. There's no way everybody's world class in every single, like one person's world class in every single
Yeah.
event. Everybody will have a weakness.
PB streaks would be a lot easier to keep up.
That's true.
Oh, heck yeah.
True. Just learn a new event and go to a
Yeah.
competition. There you go.
Then you're good. You're fine.
PB.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I kept my PB streak up yesterday because I got a square one single PB. Good times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Me too.
I got a. Oh yeah, DG enlightened me with the thought that by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is kind of a sidetrack, but I got a 25 4x4 solve plus 2 seconds because of a turn that I did not do at the end of my solve. I was very upset. I actually wasn't very upset. I was pretty thankful that I managed to technically solve it in 25 seconds theoretically because I'd never done that at home.
Wait, what happened? I didn't hear about this.
You got 25 plus 2
I
equals
saw
27.
the 4x4 officially in 25
Yeah.
seconds plus 2 seconds because I did not do the AUF.
Oh. I thought you meant like
And
you
it was
dropped
on-
it and it
so-
turned it or something, like when you said that it was a turn that you did not do.
It was really
Oh,
funny because like David Levine was my judge, and he saw me. I had a 31 as my first solve, and he's like, "Oh, what's your PB?" I was like 28. He's like, "Oh, okay, then you don't have it." It's like, and that wasn't even close. I was like, "Okay, yeah." And then I get it. I break my PB, and then he's like, "Wait, what?" I'm sidetracking, but yeah, like you can keep your PB streak alive, or it's easier to keep it alive if you have a PB that's a +2, so you can
Yes.
break it easier.
Yeah.
happened to me once.
That's what I was trying to get at.
I mean, if, in a world
two.
where, like, imagine that. Like,
In a
I don't know
world.
how you'd even go around about that, but if somebody's super extreme into, like, keeping a PB streak, then they would actively try to get a PB that's, like, as close to their previous one as possible.
Oh man, that'd be
Oh, you're
terrible.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
That
the
would
only
be
way
interesting.
you could consciously do that is if you learned how to solve it, like, significantly faster and then just, like,
And then
wait to
yeah.
stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, wow,
Yeah.
that's just.
No,
that's-
imagine.
I'd rather just be fast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wouldn't
I'd
imagine
rather
a
just,
world
like,
where
run
like I
through.
get like a sub 10 and I wait to like stop it before 12. Like I wouldn't ever do that. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. Imagine you see like Felix, and he's at like 3.0, and he's done, and he just waits. Like, wait. Okay, 460. Like, I gotta be
I
able
can
to
beat that record.
Yeah.
Or you could be like Brandon Wong and miss, and then
True. All right.
Should I go to number 2?
Yeah, let's go to number 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do
Good
you
question.
feel that certain things being done to some puzzles, such as concave cubes and sculpted megaminxes and 2x2s, could be moved to other puzzles? Could it make a better difference and show some untapped potential, or do you think it could only be specific to those types of puzzles?
This person asks really great questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Thank you, Reese Walter.
Yeah, you know the guy's intelligent when both his first and last name could be first names.
Ooh. True.
Always.
Wow.
Yeah.
Observations.
Like Albert Einstein.
Or Daniel Carnock.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Karnak.
Oh,
Name my kid my last name. So it's like, hi, I'm Vetzer.
That's terrible.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that'd be
like the freaking William Williamson. Or like,
no. Dude, you should name him Vester. So it's
Vester.
Vetzer.
Oh my
no,
god.
Vester.
Oh man, that'd
Watch
be
his middle
terrible.
name be like Vestor.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Vestor,
How
Vestor,
about-
Vestor.
No, how about Nestor is his middle name? So
Oh, okay.
Vester, Nestor, and Vetzer.
Okay, so
I hate it. I hate it. Make it stop.
at UPenn, there's somebody named Nestor, and every time they called you to like go compete, I would turn around because I thought they were saying Vetzer wrong and saying Vester. I was like,
Yeah, I remember.
Who would,
like,
who would
"Where's
call
Adam
you by
Vetzer?"
your
I'm
last
like,
name
"It's
instead of your
Vetzer."
first name?
I don't
He
know.
does
but,
that to me because I'm one of many Daniels. He calls me Karnak.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
that's
feel
true.
like I'm gonna like build up a tolerance to that, sort of like I did. Like I chose chemistry like as my path in school, and so like I'm used to like hearing Adam a lot and not something like I'm not supposed to answer. Yeah,
Oh.
you wouldn't think it like
Oh,
has an effect, but in the beginning when they first said it, it really did. Like I looked up every time, but now I'm like dull to it.
Dude,
So
wait. Maybe that's why you got into chemistry because it made you pay attention.
maybe.
Oh, that's
Whoa,
true. That's true. Whoa.
yo, that's trippy.
That's crazy.
That's actually true though.
Isn't
Okay,
that
wait,
cool?
this is funny. Yeah, so this is funny. I have a story. At lunch today, one of my friends pulled up like one of these calendar, one of those calendar pictures where it's like for every month there's like a different thing. It's like, oh, what are
Yeah.
you or whatever. So my friend and I are both in chemistry, and we both absolutely hate physics. So my other friend comes up, excuse me, and he shows the other person the calendar whose birthday's in February. So he goes up and shows he shows like the meme to him, or I don't even know if you call it a meme, but like he shows February and it shows a physics textbook, and it's like, and he like goes crazy. He's like, oh, shoot, like I hate physics, man. Like, and then I'm like, then he turns to me because he's like curious what I have, and then he points a picture over to me, and August is chemistry, and like almost like go crazy because like every month's a different thing, and like a 1 out of 12 chance that I'm chemistry. It was so good.
What if they ran out? What if they like ran out of like generic subjects and they were just like gopher hunting for December?
Oh, sweet! I got gopher hunting.
Chemistry, physics, calculus, gopher hunting. Oh man, why did I have to be born in November?
Yeah, no. Now to think about it, like I came in clutch today. Like in another class, in TOK class, I
You're really going on a tangent.
yeah, no, I'm sorry. I just want to say that story. So in another class that I was in, like I really
Wait,
wanted
can we
this
answer
one.
the question?
Yeah. Concave cubes. How did we get more concave cubes? Just go.
Wait.
So
I was
actually,
like, I'm gonna let Adam tell the story. Wait, did we answer the question?
Wait. It went from Reese Walter to two first names to Vester, Nestor,
Vester.
Vester.
I just love the tangents that we had.
No,
Like
what
this
Adam
is
is really talking about here is he's talking about how this concave calendar really helped him read it
yeah.
properly.
No, this is what makes the Dlsone podcast good.
Wait, how
Like,
actually
it's
did
the
we get over
tangents.
here?
Anyway, I just want to say the
ADHD
story. I want to tell the
podcast.
story. Yeah. So
Okay,
I'm in
tell
class,
your
right?
story.
And there are 6 different topics and 6 groups. And so I really want geography as a topic to do my presentation on. And so it turns out my friend and I both really wanted geography, and we were in separate groups. And like this is the same friend who found out like physics was his month or whatever.
Wow, you really screwed over this friend.
Yeah, I screwed over this friend today. And so he goes up and he picks, and he missed geography by 1. And so like I go up there, I'm like staring him straight in the eye, like as I pick it, and I got geography, and it was like so good. It was the proudest moment of my life.
Anyway,
Adam, stop
concave
screwing over your
cubes.
Anyway, yeah,
Cubes.
that's what I feel about concave cubes.
I would
In
actually really
conclusion.
like to see that on different puzzles, like the sculpted and concave stuff. Like you don't realize you need it until you try it. You know.
Yes.
we need a
Yes.
convex square one.
Oh my god. Oh god.
That's what we need.
You know
Wait,
what's weird
yeah,
though?
let's make spherical Megamix the worst puzzle to have.
Yes, let's make metal Mega Maces.
Wait,
Like, I think we should just
dude,
have
Oh my
titanium Mega
god.
Maces.
Metal
Perfect.
spare.
I would actually really like to try like there was the concave cube a while ago, the 3x3, and that was
Yeah,
terrible.
no,
But I would like
It
to
was
try
it
a
was
good
bad, like
cube.
as in mechanism, but actually, like
Yeah.
if you try to hold it, it's actually not that uncomfortable. You know
Yeah,
what
I would
mean?
like to
it's
try a
actually-
good concave 3x3.
Yeah.
I just got a crazy idea. What if the next Cubicle Labs big thing is like 3x3s that are like memory foam? So like when you grip them, you sort of like sink in a little bit, and you have better grip.
Whoa!
How cool would that be?
Whoa!
How cool would that be?
I don't know.
Do you think that would help? Like not even like
Wait,
very
would-
subtle, like very subtle, not even like that
What?
that much.
Wouldn't
Just
it help
like
for
sl-
blind solvers since they solve in the same orientation?
Mmm.
Oh,
That actually
Probably-
would be cool.
It's probably not
Whoa.
comp legal.
I doubt it because if
Yeah,
it's
'cause
moving,
especially for
yeah,
blind.
yeah.
Yeah, well then for blind maybe they use normal ones, but like I was thinking like what's the best grip 3x3 you could possibly have? And like the best one you could have is if like imprints of like your fingers sort of like that would be the best grip,
Yeah,
right?
but what if you miss?
Right, but like imprints of your fingers wouldn't work as a shape of a cube because like you got to turn it other ways with just one axis.
Yeah, exactly. I was
So
about
it's
to
like
say.
I was like, so how would that work? And then I was thinking, what if like it like adjusts to where you're moving? So like it like had a little give in it, and like you're able to like put like grip your fingers in.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I mean,
that
it's
might-
interesting, but
I'd
I don't think that would work.
Make it
I'd
happen,
like to,
Chris.
I'd like to try. I'd like to try it, but I definitely would doubt that it would be good.
Yeah,
Or even
probably.
comp legal. Even if it
Who
No,
cares
was
about
good.
comp legal? I want a memory.
It would
throw-
be as comp legal as it gets.
who cares about comp legal? I just want a memory foam 3x3.
Guys, color changing
Yeah.
stickers.
Well,
Scratch and
Gregor
sniff cubes. Go.
Fenning made a video on that, right? What's his name? Gregor.
Oh no, that's not what I meant. I meant like literally like you keep touching it, the color just keeps changing.
Yeah, well, I
No,
saw
but I
one
saw
where
that.
it's
That
like,
was crazy.
at different
Yeah, that
angles,
was
it's like
crazy.
different colors. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a puzzle modder. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm sorry. I think he's French. Anyway, he's a modder, and he made the sticker set out of like, you know, like the bookmarks that if you looked at them at like different angles, they show different pictures. So he made a
Oh,
sticker.
yeah.
He made a sticker set out of that, except instead of pictures, it showed different colors. So like if you looked at it from one
Whoa.
angle, it's like completely
Yeah,
scrambled.
it's really trippy.
And it works really well. If you look at it
Yeah.
from one angle, it's like scrambled. If you look at it from another angle, it's solved.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous. Like, hold on, let me link this video. I'll
Right
link the
now.
video in the show notes because it's
Yeah, link it.
ridiculous.
How do you spell his name?
I saw that and I was like, I think my mind just broke. Like,
Wait. I met this guy.
color changing.
You
At
did?
Worlds.
He did? That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a bunch of puzzles.
Yeah, he's
I
a-
see two-faced cube.
Yeah.
Dude, he had some of the craziest puzzles. I wish I took pictures.
All right. Clutch cubing. For all, why is 6x6 hardware so inferior to every other n-by-n puzzle?
Because it's even layered.
Because
it's
Illuminati.
the largest even layered. It's the largest even layered puzzle in the WCA.
Yeah.
And even layered puzzles are inherently less stable.
Yeah, because you have to hide.
Because they suck.
You have to hide the inner, the middle layer, basically. Like, you can't have an exposed
Yeah.
centerpiece, so
It's
that just
literally-
makes it really unstable.
It's just a 7x7 with hidden pieces.
You know what they say? Mo pieces, mo problems.
Honestly, that's
That's
true.
why the cheaty 7x7 keeps breaking.
Yeah, and don't let the government cubers that are just explained it to you, like let brainwash yeah.
Let brainwash you.
Let brainwash you.
Don't let the
government
Let
cubers
government
let
cubers let brainwash you.
Adam, are you sure you're not
Attention.
brainwashed?
Attention cubers. Don't let government cubers let brainwash you. The true reason why the 3x3 Rubik is so, the 6x6 Rhubarb is so hard to scramble is because
Rhubarb.
it is a 666
Rhubarb
cube.
out. Does
The rumor come out. Does
6x6
6x6 is
brainwash?
7x7?
Just 6x6 is.
The rumor come out. Does 6x6 is Satan. That's how it
Oh
goes.
no.
6 by 6 by 6, 666. Is it a
The rumor come
coincidence?
out,
No.
3x3 is half Satan.
You know what this reminds me of, DG? It reminds me of a call for an uprising.
Yes.
So,
Don't let government brainwash you.
J.R. Cuber posted in Cubic's Friends a little while ago, like he found this big, like, this really long of in-depth video by like an alt-right YouTuber where they described how like these Rubik's toys, I think he said they're Rubik's toys or something like that, are like
Oh my
satanic
god.
and like
I never watched that. I need to see
they're like
that.
indoctrinating our youth because they have like satanic symbols in them, and it was like
the
complete.
Megaminx has a pentagram on it.
Yeah, it was like complete. It was really funny.
Yeah.
Like, cause this guy, I don't think this guy seriously believes what he's saying. He just does it to like get people's like feathers all ruffled up and like it makes him money.
Yeah, no,
So,
he was
Feathers
like
all-
selling merch too, so it was like, really shifty.
Which is actually pretty smart. Like, what if I just became like a really controversial figure in cubing? What
You
could you
should.
say? Let's
think
pose
you
this
should.
question. If you were purposely trying to like trigger as many cubers as you could to like make as much money as possible,
Oh.
what would you say?
I would claim, like, I would go like me, myself, and Pi route, like just claim that all speed cubes are like knockoffs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would trigger people.
I'd also like to do that where I claim
Oh.
every single small event world record holder is fake.
Oh yeah.
No. You know what you do?
And how they're way too easy.
Legitimately,
You know what you do?
legitimately make an argument that Felix is not good at speed cubing, and like
Oh.
Yes.
make
No,
a BS
you know
about
what
like.
you do? You talk about like big cube stores and talk about reasons why they're terrible.
Yeah, that would be.
That's
good.
gonna trigger people.
Like no, but clearly take the side of one store and like have them sponsor you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, basically.
So I just want to
When-
talk to you guys about the Office Space.us, and they're really terrible. They're really terrible. Like I met this
The
owner of
rectangular prism office space dot United.
You guys definitely don't know what I'm
Nations member.
talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about. But like, I met the owner of the Office Space.us, and he's like a horrible person, and you guys totally should not like associate with them. Anyway, this was brought to you by SpeedyCubes.net.
No. Welcome to Slow Cylinder Stand.
So that's why 6x6 hardware is inferior. Moving on. Electric
Oh my
Cooper
god.
asks, let's go rapid fire for this. So, host order, I'll ask him. 1, what is your favorite event and why is it Megaminx? Adam.
I like to say skew, but actually I've been thinking 3x3 more often. I have more fun solving 3x3. I'm not into Megaminx, but Megaminx is like the ninth
Oh my
event.
god, Adam, you suck at rapid fire.
Yeah, really.
You're-
this is terrible.
You're not making it any better. I'm saying it my answer in 2 sentences, and now I have to explain more. Come on. It's really not that bad.
Okay,
Like,
GG.
Okay.
to what I normally say, I'll talk for 10 minutes. Like I'm going rapid fire, man. All right.
My favorite
No,
event
stop.
is Megaminx.
Stop. I wasn't done.
Jesus.
I wasn't done. Like, I currently compete in 8 events, and the 9th would be Megaminx. Was that really so long, Allison? You couldn't wait for that?
My favorite event is Megaminx because it has so many colors, and I just like to watch the colors fly.
Oh my god.
Griffey?
My favorite event is Square One, but I would actually enjoy or like to practice Megaminx more.
Yes.
I do not disrespect it.
Okay.
Yes.
Question 2, rapid fire. How would you define a good cuber? For example, I consider my dad a good cuber, and he has SUP 40. Adam.
Yo,
One
he's
sec-
sub 40. Good for him. I would consider a good cuber good if they meet their own goals, speed cubing wise, and do what they enjoy in the hobby. So it doesn't have to be speed cubing. And
That was deep.
I'd consider someone good if they're good considering their circumstances. For example, an older cuber probably isn't going to be that fast, but it's still
hey, ageism, ageism. Hey, that's a microaggression that's not allowed on the Stony Brook campus. Shout out to Jonah. Shout out to Jonah.
Dude, that was like word for word what he said yesterday too.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, DG, you're making fun of people who were born older.
They can't control it. Their telomeres are shortening.
Yeah.
Okay, Derpy,
If
your
I
turn.
was born 21, then why are you making fun of? I would define a good cuber by somebody who contributes positively to the community.
All right, we're skipping Allison. We don't care about her. All right,
Okay.
next.
Oh, I
Three.
started talking. I think my mic gain got really low though.
Three. What are your cubing goals for the end of the year?
I
Adam.
didn't really mean to skip Allison. All right, by the end of the year,
No, you didn't skip me. I started talking, but I think my microphone got really quiet for some reason.
It's been 10 minutes since we started this rapid fire, and it's 3 questions.
What happened? Not been 10
I
minutes.
know.
I have 0 goals for the end of the year.
My cubing goals for the end of the year are to remain cubing.
My cubing goals for the end of the year are to bench press 180 and to squat 185. Okay, well, why?
I would like to say it's to get sub 10, but like considering how much I'm running out of time already, not really.
Okay. Good job.
In reality, do you guys get good grades at school? Do you
Wait,
focus more
who
on
asks that?
From
education?
loser
Oh,
cuber.
loser cuber. So, do you guys get good grades at school and focus more on cubing or education?
I feel like this podcast is more chaotic with 4 hosts than it is usually with like 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, with 6 people, including the guest. Do I get good grades at school? Yes. Do you focus more on cubing than your education? Education first, always.
Do I get good grades at school? Yes. Do I focus more on cubing than my education? No, but I do always spend a lot of time on cubing, so like it is a major focus for me still.
It's 3rd on my list currently of priorities, and I want to make it 2, if not 1, moving into college. That's my goal, really.
Do I get good grades at school? I try to. I try to focus on education way more than cubing, especially now that I am in junior year of high school. So yeah, it's a lot.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
are
whatever.
you
It's a,
Yo, wait,
it's a lot more
Derpy.
important.
Derpy, you're junior cuber?
real?
No way, dude.
Well, yeah. Well, so is Jesse.
That's true.
Whoa,
Can we say it?
whoa!
Can we say that? Can we say that? I think we
I think
can.
he said that. I think he said it before.
Yeah, he said it on
I
Facebook.
think we're fine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we can say that. He's the
do I
OG
get grades
junior
in
cuber.
school? Do I get good grades in school? Yes. Do you focus on keeping more than education? No, I definitely focus on education more.
Okay. Next question.
I want to add to that.
No.
I'll do it quickly.
Okay.
So, I think for everybody, education should be the more important thing. But as you end high school and start going into like living on your own in college, and then
Go for hunting.
graduating college and like having to be by yourself and everything, you need to start deciding what's more important to you. And
You're
if
gonna go for
cubing
hunting.
I'm trying to make a serious point, man. And if cubing makes you happy. If cubing makes you happy, then maybe it should become more of a priority. And that's where I'm at right now for myself. I've never been able to cube as much as I've wanted to for the past 3 years. And going into college, I'm not pursuing a difficult experience in college like I had in high school because I want to have more time for cubing. But like that's the end of it. Like, because it makes me happy.
Yeah, same.
Go for hunting for life.
But
I mean, my situation right now is like I'm obviously putting education first, but also I have commitments for like stuff extracurriculars like band, and that's what's also keeping me away from cubing right now. So, but that's like they're a lot harder commitments because it's like you're with other people rather than individual, like for cubing.
next question. Helmer Ewert asks, "What do you think
Former
people
square
will
one
use?
world record holder.
What do you think people will use method-wise in, let's say, 20 years? Still CFOP? Something that hasn't been discovered yet? What do you think?"
I would say one of 3. I would say the third most likely thing is ZCCT. I would say the second most likely thing is CFOP with I don't know I don't know how to say it, so you guys are gonna have to correct me. But like ZBLL, like everybody using full ZBLL. And then I think, was that correct to say?
What do you mean?
Is
Like,
there a different method name for using full ZBLL, or like you just say?
oh no. Well, no. I mean,
ZB.
no.
Yeah.
ZB is kind of its own thing
Yeah.
because it has like forced EO.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
But
Yeah. So okay. So yeah. So I'd
I
say
don't
third
know.
most likely. And first most likely is something that does not exist yet. But I also would say that I think beginner's method will be overshadowed at some point by CFOP, and people will start on CFOP.
Oh wow.
Mm.
I think that's a
I
possibility.
think. Oh, sorry,
I know.
DG. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I think it'll be something we haven't heard of yet. Because I mean I feel like there's going to be some major breakthrough that everybody's going to switch to.
Yeah.
Like where there's no choice but to do it if you want to keep up.
Oh, Cfinity.
Oh no,
Oh, yes.
no, no,
Yes,
no,
you
total,
couldn't-
no, total DGLL. Come on.
Yeah, that's where
No,
it's
total
at.
Oh my
DGLL.
god. Full
Explain it.
DGLL.
No, not full DGLL, total DGLL.
Total DGLL is different. Okay, do you want me to explain?
Total
Yeah,
DGLL.
briefly, go.
Okay, so first of all, DGLL is basically an alg set for AUF. So once you reach AUF, it's like you do a T perm, then an A perm, then like two U perms or something, and then you solve it. So you don't have to do a U. But the thing is, then there's full DGLL, which is where you do like a regular solve like CFOP or RU or something, but every move is a DGLL alg. So
Oh my
and
God.
then so basically you rotate to set up to a U, and then you do a DGLL.
Oh my
Then there's
God.
total DGLL, which is a Cfinity solve, but every move is a DGLL alg.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was synchronized as hell. Oh my god, that was impressive.
That was so good.
Just so you guys know, DG and I have plans to make a video series called Road to Total
No.
DGLL, where we make
I hate it. I hate it.
where we like do one continuous solve and try to get a total DGLL success. That would be
It's not
such an
gonna-
accomplishment.
You might. That would.
It's not really road to DGLL. It's really start of senioritis.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
So okay, next question. So who wants to read it?
I'll read it. One more solve. Some actual sad news. The Cubicle is getting sued by Rubik's. What are all of your thoughts on this?
What a great, fantastic question, and a wonderful segue into our next segment, our next affair, which is I have to think of a new word every
Adam,
time.
you were way too excited to be. I don't know. Just to announce the question.
Yeah, Real
For
Talk
this
Cubing.
affair.
Real Talk Cubing. Here we go. So, in today's Real Talk Cubing, we're going to be discussing the Rubik's or Seven Towns lawsuit against the Cubicle.us. To explain the situation with this lawsuit to people who don't understand, like who don't know what's going on right now, not who don't understand, who don't know what's going on right now, you can't handle the truth. You don't understand.
The truth hurts.
No, so currently what's happening is Rubik's has filed a lawsuit against the cubing retailer, the Cubicle.us, claiming that their sale of twisty puzzles is illegal and infringes upon the copyright that Seven Towns has on the Rubik's Cube. So just to give you a brief synopsis of like the suing history of Seven Towns, Seven Towns has gone after Chinese manufacturing companies for a while, and they have been incredibly unsuccessful in stopping the manufacturing of those puzzles. This dates back early, like as early as like trying to get the color scheme changed on like different puzzles,
my
and I'm
God,
sure
yeah.
like earlier than that too. Like
Yeah.
they said that like the color scheme was like their copyright or something, and like that's why we had the Japanese scheme
It's-
for a
I think
while.
it's- I think they actually have to
that's
differentiate
why we have the
copyright and
Japanese.
trademark because I think what they're attacking right now is their trademark because I think their copyright expired.
Yeah, no, this is
Okay,
a
yeah,
trademark
that's
thing.
Yeah, this is a trademark issue.
Okay,
but-
that's a good note. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so recently, before Worlds, Rubik's announced that they were teaming up with GAN to produce a true Rubik's Speed Cube. Now they had attempted to do this with the Rubik's 2.0, but they were incredibly unsuccessful because they have no idea what they're doing. So
Well,
Everybody,
okay, it was okay apparently, but it wasn't very good.
no, it was garbage. They used a ball core. Come on, like
I
what?
mean, I heard that it was at least like passable, like not very good, but it wasn't the
Okay, I'll
worst.
give it passable,
Don't
but
give
like
it more credit than it needs.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I
no,
don't give the company any credit now, but like,
you can't say that it was any better than maybe like an hour
oh no,
long.
no, it wasn't. It
No, not
wasn't
even an hour long.
competing. It wasn't competing at all.
No,
Yeah.
like you could set up a Guanlong to be better than it probably. Like I've set up Guanlongs that are better than a Rubik's
No,
2.0.
I mean, yeah, for sure now. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so and everybody thought they were turning over a new leaf. They produced this really nice Rubik's Speed Cube that was maybe not competitive, but could definitely be somebody's main. It was a good puzzle, and everybody thought, you know what, that's it for Rubik's suing days. They gave up. They said we can't stop them. If you can't beat them, we'll join them. And
Sorry,
it
I
was
just
all
find it really funny that the Rubik's thing is coming from the guy who said the tie-in could be his main.
the tie-in could be my main man. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a pretty good cube. Anyway, um, so, but then we got the recent news that the cubicle is being sued. So this signals a shift in sort of the strategy. Rubik's has stopped going after manufacturers. That is not successful. Instead, they're going after the retailers. So they're trying to stop the.
Wait, not completely, because they are also mad at the cubicle for making puzzles.
Yeah, but the cubicles. My point is, the cubicle's a retailer. They're
Right,
switching their
right.
strategy
Okay,
from
okay.
attacking. Yeah, they produce puzzles too, but like, you know what I mean. They're
And they're
they're
not necessarily like making the puzzles. They're modifying these puzzles. Like
they're an
there's something-
online they're an online
Yeah.
retail store.
Yeah.
That's what they are. So
I don't think there's a single cube that they literally make from scratch.
Yeah.
literally.
no, but that's a part of the lawsuit that we'll get into. But my point is, now they're trying to go after the retailers who are more out in the open. They're in the U.S., not China, where there's like more clear laws, not vague ones.
Yeah.
And
That's the big thing.
yeah, that's the big thing. And so like if they can effectively cut off the way that cubers get speed cubes, that would severely cripple the community, and that would be a really big deal. So let's discuss our thoughts on this. Who wants to start? DG, want to start?
Sure. Okay, one of the things that a lot of people have been discussing is, I think it's like point 26 or something
What
in
did you
there.
just say?
25.
25?
You said one of the things that people have been disgusting.
Discussing.
Discussing.
Discuss Derby.
I heard disgusting.
There's not a-
Disgusting.
I swear I heard you say disgusting.
Okay, congratulations. By Post Malone.
No.
Got him.
Quavo. Anyway, so one of the things that people have been discussing recently is point 25, Adam, about how basically Rubik's is saying like that the consumers will be disappointed when they
Yes.
receive the wrong puzzle.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
25. 25.
Yeah. So
I feel like that point should be elaborated before you talk about your opinion. Yeah.
Sure.
So essentially,
Okay,
they're saying that consumers will purchase a puzzle from the cubicle, specifically one modified by the cubicle, and upon receiving this puzzle, the quality standards won't be up to par to Rubik's name, and it won't be an official Rubik's cube, and as such, the consumer will be disappointed, and this will reflect poorly upon Rubik's as a brand.
Yeah, and also they're saying that it's misleading customers into believing that they're buying a Rubik's branded puzzle, and then that they're supposedly disappointed when they don't receive one.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, DJ.
When's the last time you were
Okay.
disappointed that you got a Rubik's brand instead of
No,
a
that's
Sam's
the
knockoff?
point. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
so like that's the thing. I feel like, a lot of cubers, it's just like an SMH sort of thing, right? Like
Yeah. It's just,
you
look at
know-
it, you can't help but thinking like this is ridiculous.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That's the first thing every cuber sees who reads the lawsuit, right? And they're like, okay, there's a problem with that, right? But I think the point isn't so much that they're disappointed, but like also something that cubers aren't really keeping in mind is, Rubik's isn't usually marketing towards cubers. They're more marketing towards non-cubers, and non-cubers aren't going to want cubes that might pop or where the stickers might peel or something, right? Like, there could be like some sort of disappointment if they drop their cube and it pops or something like that, or the center caps fly off. So, there are things that theoretically have advantages with Rubik's brands. But then there is one thing. There's actually so there's a speed solving post about it that I'm gonna find, but
Oh, is this the
it
email?
basically what?
Is this the email?
No, this is like just a
Oh,
post
never.
somebody made about it, and honestly, in my opinion, it completely seals the case in favor of the cubicle. But while I find it, someone else should say their opinions. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up and then I'll read
I
it
would like
and
to
talk about
mention
that.
that beyond the outrageous point that like the Rubik's is arguing that people will be disappointed that it's not a Rubik's brand cube. I think they have a valid argument in the fact that they own. Now, don't get me wrong here. I don't think they have all rights to every twisty puzzle. But if you look at it from their point of view, if somebody's knocking off your product and you're not able to quality control that product, then that's going to be a bad thing because people are going to be receiving that product. Some things may go wrong with that product, and then you're going to get blamed for it. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's that the brand is the important part here. I think it's that they don't have control over quality control. Like I think that's the part that's an issue for their business. Yeah, so DG is right. The market is non-cubers. Now I want to take this moment to point out something really stupid. The cubicle sells to probably 90 to 95% cubers, right? So that issue is not going to come up, first of all.
Yeah.
And cubers who have the knowledge of how to fix pops and center caps that come off and like stuff like that, like basic stuff with speed cubes that Rubik's cubes wouldn't have that issue, right? Because they're bad.
Yeah.
But just based on that, like, what did you think that Rubik's at this point would say, hey, the majority of our consumers could be cubers if we marketed towards them? Like, it's not even that they have to shift over. Like, I get it. Their potential market, like, their potential people that could buy the cubes. What's the word I'm looking for? Demographic. The potential demographic is much larger for non-cubers because they're more general public non-cubers.
Right.
But at the same time, that doesn't mean you should be shutting out and actively trying to stop cubers. Like, have a market campaign for both of them. And they've been their attempts have been miserable failures, except for the most recent one. So, I mean, don't try to stop the cubing community. Like, accept it and use it as a means to make money. Like, if you're a business, make money. Like, that's what annoys me about it.
Yeah. I found
like
the
they're-
speed solving post, so do you mind if I read it real quick?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's in the thread Rubik's brand lawsuit against the cubicle. I'll link the exact post in the show notes. But basically, it's posted by One Wheel. That's his username. He said, "So I just did a quick Google search and ran across this." And this is a direct quote. This trademark protection can extend beyond words, symbols, and phrases to include other aspects of a product, such as its color or its packaging. For example, the pink color of Owens Corning fiberglass insulation or the unique shape of a Coca-Cola bottle might serve as identifying features. Such features fall generally under the term trade dress and may be protected if consumers associate that feature with a particular manufacturer rather than the product in general. However, such features will not be protected if they confer any sort of functional or competitive advantage. So, for example, a manufacturer cannot lock up the use of a particular unique bottle shape if that shape confers some sort of functional advantage, e.g. is easier to stack or easier to grip.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
So what One Wheel said
that's
was,
really
yeah. Reading that, I'm completely baffled how any lawyer worth his salt wouldn't mop the floor with Rubik's lawsuit. Yet people are talking like Rubik's pretty well has this in the bag. Is it just that people want to believe the worst possible outcome? So I think that's absolutely ridiculous. If anybody who reads that,
who
the
thought,
case is done.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
there's literally no other way to manufacture a Rubik's cube besides using that look. Like, what
It's
do you
like
expect
different
them to do?
manufacturer, different packaging, different mechanism inside, different competitive advantage, like all of those things. Like,
there is a competitive advantage there. A Rubik's Cube cannot be used competitively, whereas, well, it could be, but it won't be. And a Speed Cube can be, right? Like, you know.
And here's the thing, like, this is obviously not something you would be able to say in court, but just common sense tells you, in terms of tricking a consumer, like non-cubers and stuff, when a non-cuber looks up a Rubik's Cube to buy it, they're not gonna go immediately for, like, some random Chinese brand they've never heard of, and then be mad that they got something that was lower quality. If a non-cuber looks up a Rubik's Cube, 99% of the time, they're gonna go for the one that says Rubik's Cube on it.
Yeah. Also, there's no false advertising going on.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
nowhere do they claim that they are going to send you a Rubik's Cube if you purchase a Weilong GTS 2M, you know? Like, it says,
It says nowhere on there, it doesn't say Rubik's, like, anywhere.
Yeah. Exactly. There's no nothing
Q or
misleading
Speed
there.
Cube or Moyu
Yeah,
Cube or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
At the very worst.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's just kind of
I
ridiculous that they're trying to do that.
I think
It's
Yeah.
the only Rubik's product that they actually might sell is Magic,
I don't think Rubik's
right?
Magics are still sold anywhere, are
yeah,
they?
I don't think
Like
so.
actually Rubik's brand?
Really?
But yeah,
Well,
someone
I've never had
someone
a Magic, so I don't really know.
someone on some thread somewhere, it might have been the speed solving thread, shared like a screenshot of an email, like or like a like they copy and pasted like text from an email that they had with like Phil, and it was like they were asking like, hey, like what cube do you recommend for like my young son or something that's like stable and stuff, and Phil was like, I would recommend like the Thunderclap, but we can't guarantee that that's not going to pop or anything. So like you can also still rely on Rubik's products, although we don't carry it on our site. So like Phil has literally recommended
Hmm.
before
Huh.
Rubik's brands
Yeah, recommended
as
to
like
not, you know.
yeah
Yeah.
that those are the ones that are quality controlled. Those are the ones that like 99.999% will not pop. But if you want something else, he can vouch for a Thunderclap in general.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's literally nothing shady going on that like Rubik's can latch onto.
Very true.
I think the one thing that will sink the cubicle is ignorance about the community. So I hope whatever lawyer is going to be fighting this claim knows what they're talking about in order to
Yeah,
elaborate
definitely.
what the cubicle means in the context of the community, because that's what's going to win the case. What they do, knowing and understanding what they do and their impact. All right. So one other thing I wanted to mention is that this is potentially like like an attempt towards a monopoly. Well, obviously, it's an attempt towards a monopoly. Rubik's has had a monopoly forever, but the point I'm trying to make is that um, they're partnering with GAN may mean something further. And I'm not insinuating that like GAN is attempting to do this at all. But what if Rubik's paired with GAN and they said, these are our guys. We will make money through a partnership with them. This is how we get to the cubing community as a demographic. We can't do it ourselves. We got to do it through an established one already. So how, if you were Rubik's, how would you go about stopping cubers from getting other cubes? Step one, you would take away their retailers, their way to buy the other brands of cubes. Step two, you provide some other way for GAN cubes to be purchased. GAN already has a website. So maybe they're attempting to form a GAN monopoly
Maybe.
and push their own product.
Yeah.
Well,
That's pretty crazy. I don't know.
here's my strategy that would be, I don't know, a little more ethical. If I were in charge, personally, so like either subconsciously or just they already know that GAN's products have a luxurious like implication about them. Like they have this like, little pamphlet, nice bag sometimes. I have one inches away from me right here.
The apple of cubing.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
especially with the endings, the S, the M, the U, the X, the Y, and the Z. I'm just trailing
The
off.
air.
The air. Yeah, the air.
Yeah.
Master,
Or should I make a
Advanced,
GAN Air X?
Lightning.
yeah.
No.
Yep.
Wait, no,
New
here are all
2018
the
hands
endings.
feel for all.
Here's the new here are all the endings. They have Light, Advanced, Master, Grandmaster, Ultimate. Those are all the endings, possible endings you can have.
S.
Whatever
Well,
the heck S
I'm
stands for.
I'm leaving out.
Yeah.
These are all the ones in parentheses. I'm leaving out S, V2, Air, SM, UM, Signature Edition.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
it's
God,
a lot of
that's
it's a lot of
ridiculous.
varieties. But my point is that I would just, because Rubik's already has just endless amounts of money basically, and I feel like if I put a lot of that money into research of getting really really good mechanisms for two through set just for every single WC event, every single one, then and then just made a bunch of like really good puzzles with the GAN brand on them, then the price would already be really high, and people would probably buy them if they're really good. So I just feel like even though you wouldn't be the only retailer, you'd probably be the best.
Yeah. I mean, I like that point because it's really business is a dog eat dog world. It's like if somebody knocks you off,
Yeah.
you can't like whine about it. Like you're not going to win. What do you got
Yeah.
to do? You got to knock them back off. So the
Yeah.
way you do that is like if they did it better, take what they did, copy it, and make it a little better
Do it
again.
better.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the not this like, oh, let's just take them out by like trying to sue them based on some trademark things.
Yeah.
Like,
Why don't you just see what they're doing right and be like, oh, how about
Yeah.
I do that?
yeah, yeah. I find it so like BS that Rubik's is suing the cubicle based on the trademark of like their 3x3 shape and such, when they partnered with GAN, who produces 3x3s that are technically violating this trademark too.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, no,
hypocrisy.
really.
Yes, yeah, that's
Like it seems like partnering with GAN seemed like a step in the right direction, and then they go and do this. It's just
yeah,
like
and then yeah, it's
doesn't make
just,
sense.
Also, my favorite thing is that it's like GAN has, pretty good, regardless of if you like GAN cubes or not, their mechanisms are pretty solid, especially
Yeah.
very recent cubes.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
just love, literally with the world's cube sitting right beside me. I just love how I'm pretty sure this is like the summary of how the construction of the GAN Rubik's cube mechanism was made. And here's how it went. So GAN went up to Mr. Erno. He's like, all right, here's my GAN Air SM. If you want to add something onto it, please do. This is basically the base mechanism. He's like, all right, how about I make it worse? And that's how it came
Alright,
to be.
let's make it
Throw
clear
on
though.
some
I'm pretty
tiles.
sure Erno Rubik is no longer involved with
Yeah.
Rubik's Cube. Beyond
No,
being the
not with him.
So it's not Mr. Erno, it's whoever runs Seven Towns.
It's the seventh town.
Yeah, the
Yeah, he
seventh
went-
town guy. It's just
Yeah, so like GAN went up to the seventh town and like the big honcho of the seventh town and was like, "Yo, here's our cube. Like, how do you want to like make it better?" And he was like, "Tiles." It's like, oh,
Tiles, blockier, and just overall worse. It's like, can you make it better? Well, I can't do that, but
all right. Here's my
I can
strategy.
make it less likely to peel.
Here's my strategy, GAN. GAN, you go ahead and make a 3x3 that's not just better than the current 3x3, make it like really good. And then I'll go make it worse, and so it's just a little bit better than the current 3x3 that's out. That's our strategy.
No,
Oh,
look,
boy.
again, you just gotta produce this beautiful mechanism, and all I'm gonna do is just stick a lot of cubes in there, make it blockier, and then I got you.
yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, also add the GES nuts. That'll make it GAN.
Yeah, exactly.
So true though.
I think that about does it for this segment, right? Do we have anything else to say?
That's
I'm
pretty much
good.
it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's it for this affair. That's it for Real Talk
On to the
Cubing.
next marriage.
So we were going to continue with a cubing in the news segment, but unfortunately we've run out of time because 3 of the 4 hosts need to do homework for tomorrow at school. So
Oh, 4 of the 4 hosts probably should
4 of
be
the
have
4
lives.
hosts, yeah,
Sorry.
all
One
of
of them
those.
is,
So we're gonna go do that now. Yeah. So,
yeah, let's get on that.
but before we go, we have to go on to our final matrimony, which is
What?
announcing our next guest. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Drum roll.
It's Spotty.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay. So if you have any questions for Spotty, please leave them down below for her. And we're looking forward to having her on the
Or
next
him.
podcast. Like, share this video, and follow us on social media in order to be awesome. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
We need a K bye.
Oh,
we
yeah.
use an
Well,
Ava?
Ava, record a K-Bye and put it in there.
Okay, bye.